Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Hot Mess Express today. Hi, how are you? Hello, hello. Welcome in. It's buyer seller support day. Be sure to let me know if you're a new seller or thinking about becoming a seller this morning. Hey, Mom. Good morning. How is everyone? Oops, send out my caca. Caca. Hey, Kayla. Hey, Megan. Good morning. Good morning. We're still, yep, she's here. Today marks, tonight will be 1 week that she's been here. We've been moving her in. She's here this morning too. Well, hello. How are you, Alon? Good. Good, good. Yeah, still trying to get back into the swing of things. Well, hello there, Beth. How are you? Howdy, howdy. Um, yeah, it's been a full month. It's been a full stinking month. And trying to get back into the swing of things today. I'm glad that today is buyer seller support and that I'm not running an auction today. I'm still not ready. But tomorrow I will be. I'm going to spend the rest of the day today prepping for tomorrow's show. It'll be a full day event. I have an estate buyout that I'll be doing, and then when I wrap that up, we'll move into the new fabrics and stuff. Um, yeah, so it's gonna be a full week. The next 3 days. I'm paused on yarn. I'm not done with it. I still love it. It's just been I'm not having so much luck sourcing it. I don't want to be a distributor of it. I like the find. So right now I'm just trying to I'm always looking. I want to start doing buyouts and things. So um yeah, I want to rehome. I want to rehome yarn and fabric. I've been thinking a lot about it, and my husband and we talked about becoming a distributor, and that's just not what I think I want. I think I want to do exactly what I'm doing, which is rehoming beautiful fabrics and yarns and making tools and doing classes and things like that. I have the opportunity to expand and to offer bulk fabric and things like that. And I've got distribution options. I've got accounts. Just I I really enjoy the find. And so if I just start buying it for resale, I feel like I'm gonna miss that. And then once you invest in that, that's what you're doing. When you invest in something like that, it's a different kind of business. And so I don't think I'm ready for that. Maybe after the shop is built and I have a dedicated space for new inventory, bolt space and stuff, and an actual big cutting table and things like that, I might change my mind. But for now, um, I've just really been enjoying the find and bringing it to the show. So it is. It's a very big investment, and I have the opportunity to do it. I mean, there's opportunity there. I've got two vendors that I could work with. Um, and the minimums aren't terrible. It's just I just I don't want to jump into it just because I can. I want to make sure that it aligns with what I want to be doing. And right now I really, really enjoy. Right. And most of them do make me commit to only selling um for their stuff. And I really, really, really um prefer to help families and to find those little hidden treasures and get them back out there to be worked with. So yeah, I'm still, it's not a no, but it's a not right now kind of thing. Yeah, always make sure that the what you're doing aligns with the why you're doing it. Um and I feel like if I went that route, it would be more retail based, and I don't, I've had a store. I've owned a small business, and I just um where it was well, it was a thrift store, but still I've been in that space, and that's more my jam. I just don't know that I want to do it. So yeah, until I feel confident in it, or if it feels 100% right, I'm not doing it. Make sure it aligns with your why. And so yeah. But thank you for asking me about it, because I want to, I could probably do 3 or 4 yarn shows. Um it's just whether I want to get rid of it or not, cuz it's all my stuff. I'm not really, I haven't crocheted in a while, but I know this winter I will. So I'm just on the fence. I haven't had a I paused on commissions. I actually pulled my listings for commissions at the moment, cuz I'm working on personal stuff, but maybe maybe one day. How is everybody? Hey, oh, hey Cass, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Your Nana's here. Hi there. Oh, I miss my Yarnies. I need to let life slow down a little bit so I can get kind of back in the groove of things. Um, oh, good. Hello, hello. It's been a it's been a crazy summer, really. I feel like I haven't had much of a summer vacay with my family at all. We've been working. My kids are working, and um we've been moving my parents here. It's been about a month. So yeah, we've been really, really just head down and working on stuff. So yeah, it's been different. Um, but I'm excited for what that means, going forward. My daughter just went back to school. This is her first full week. They started on Wednesday, so she's back at it. And my son is actually on his way to Watonga, Oklahoma, which is like an hour almost away. Um, he's thinking about going into law enforcement, and well, kind of. There's a detention center down there, and he was referred there through somebody in his unit, to have that as a full-time job while doing reserve duty. So now that he's back from Malaysia, he's ready to get that 9 to 5 down. And he's an acts of service person as well, so he wants to be able to help people. And so he's going down there today. So I hope it goes well for him. He's very, very interested and excited to work down there. So we'll see how that goes. And my husband's out of town too. He's an hour out the other direction, working on a job. So it's me and Caleb, and just gonna be here this week. Just the two of us for the most part. Kelsey's been here over the weekend. He's been really enjoying that. So yeah, I got my house done up yesterday. I You've probably, for those that have been to my shows a lot, I've mentioned before that like my house has been taken over by crafting and stuff. I've got 3D printers going. We've got the sewing room. Um, we've got sublimation, all the things, and then of course this room with storage for fabric and yarn and stuff. So it's just been creeping its way through the house, and I lost my living room. I mean, it just completely disappeared. It just became a holding place for incoming and outgoing. And then my formal dining room ended up being a 3D print room. And I was like, okay, I want my house back. I want to feel like when I walk through my house, I'm not just at work all the time, because that's how it felt. Um, and again, always make sure that your why aligns with your what. And so when I'm walking through my house and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what is happening? I needed to get that more aligned again. And so now we have, yeah, like, so now when I wake up in the morning and I walk to the kitchen, I get to walk through a living room, a true like, there's it's a living room. That's all that's in there, is a space for the family to come together. And now the 3D printing stuff and the sublimation and the office, everything is now in the front room, more contained, and I only go in there if I need to. I'm not forced to walk through it all the time. So it took a lot of moving around, and luckily my middle son was home and my mom came over, and so we just knocked it out really quickly, got everything swapped around and organized. And so now when I get up, and like this morning it was so nice, I walked through and I went and got my coffee and I sat in my living room and took a big breath, you know. It felt good. Do you know what you have to sell before Whatnot sends you a 1099? They will send you a 1099 once you make $600. I think under 600 is the threshold. So once you have made 600, and remember that's 600 in sales, not earnings. Once you sell $600 worth, you're going to get um 20,000. Woo! No ma'am. $600. That's any business. If anyone pays you $600 or more, you should receive a 1099. I'm not an accountant. Please do not like come at me with this, but like you should yeah, you should be getting a 1099 if you make more than $600. If it's pretty much so like if you go and you do this one little job for somebody and they pay you 500 bucks, you're still supposed to claim it as income, but they're not required to send you the 1099 until they've paid you 600. Pretty sure. Oh, yeah. No, $20,000. I don't know where that number's coming from. So if you guys can find where that's coming from, send it to me so I can look at it because that's absolutely false. First of all, that is false. Um, I mean, oh my gosh, if you wait to do that, oh, I would not want to be you. That's all I can say. I would not want to be you. Um, no, we should. They want us to pay taxes on our garage sale earnings. So believe me, 620 no. Yeah, no. No, they want that money. 20K is not the threshold. There must be something about 20,000. There must be something there uh like when you receive your 1099, maybe they do those first. Maybe it's like when they release your 1099, but oh no, you're going to get one. Um you'll get one. Oh, I know. Yeah, it's $600. Yeah. Once anybody pays you. If anybody pays you more than $600 in their business, they're supposed to provide you a 1099. Yeah. But again, not an accountant. Don't come at me. Just if you've ever been paid more than $600, just know that you should be reporting it. Don't agree with it. I'm not a fan of taxes, but that is what it is. Um, Now remember, as a Whatnot seller, there's some great features in your analytics or in your finance. If you go to the finance tab, you get monthly statements and then you also get weekly statements. The weekly ones it's a lot of information to digest. So don't freak out when you look at it for the first time. It is a lot of information. It's an Excel sheet, it's a spreadsheet, it's huge. It's 29 columns. It's a lot. It is a lot of data. Um, However, most of it is just for sorting. It's not um, necessary to know what you're doing. Monthly statements. It shows you each customer, the state they live in, what they paid, what they paid, the breakdown of what they paid for. It breaks down your earnings from what they bought. It is a full-fledged income report. It's weekly and then there's a monthly one. Now the monthly one is just a PDF. It's just a printout that shows you what you paid out in shipping, what you paid out in commission, what you received through rewards, or like it just breaks down every transaction as a whole for the month between you and Whatnot under the finance tab. Yep. 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 So I I like looking at the one. I import the weekly ones because I like to see um, the flow of my week. But the what you mostly need will be that monthly statement. It will tell you what you're making before expenses. It tells you what your um, all of your interaction with whatnot, what you receive and what they keep. Um, so yeah, that's a really good statement to look at. If you're not looking at it, you'll want to look at it. I don't I'm not currently needing to pay quarterly taxes because I'm reinvesting into my business. So again, I'm not an accountant, so I don't want to get too much into that, but um it- as a LLC, you should be paying quarterly taxes if you are due quarterly taxes. I, however, reinvest into the business, so I don't have any quarterly taxes due. Um but at some point, if business continues to go well and I don't have to invest as much back into the business, then yes, I would be paying quarterly taxes. We pay them for my husband's business. And it's estimated. So if you overpay by the end of the year, you'll get that back. And if you underpay, then you'll pay the rest of it at the end of the year. They usually tell you based on the previous year what it'll be. You should estimate it up front and then based on what you expect to earn. But anyway, that's a whole. Like I said, I shouldn't. I'm really not supposed to be getting into that because I'm not an accountant. But yeah, definitely get with someone in your area to make sure that you're all squared away. Usually, they'll do a consultation at no charge. Who is that person that did the tax show? I'm not really sure. I know Georgie works in that industry. She may know. If it wasn't her, she may know who to go to for that. Yeah. Definitely have somebody in your corner. You know, Zoe, I don't know. I'm really not sure on that one. So, how is everybody that's new to selling liking the new shipping? I, for one, am very happy about it. I really like it a lot. Um, I'm noticing that there's a huge difference between the app and the online version for variants, and I need to look into that more. I almost want to say that there's a way that I can load a bolt of fabric and from one listing be able to offer it in four different sizes at four different price points if I'm looking at it correctly. It seems like that's what I'm going to be able to do. I don't know if that's real or not. I'm going to be doing that this week. I'm going to figure it out because the variant thing is now different. Um, and so once I get all of that data and once I get all that information, I will be adding it to um, version 1.2 for the book that will come out in November. Oh, speaking of which, let me, do the things here. Um, I have a whatnot buyer seller support book and it's a living edition. So anytime there's a change on the platform or if I find something of value that I didn't have in the book previously and I add it, you get the current version at all times. You have it's a living copy. So as whatnot evolves, the book does too. And I have 9 million listings. So one moment. There we go. So there's the book. And as the platform changes, the book will be updated. There are new updates already. This one is mostly about that shipping change from priority to ground. Um, we're still able to use priority, that it talks about it in there. But in November, that shall be completely phased out. If not, you're paying full price for it. I'm guessing is what the goal is. But so there will be another update coming in November. And if you've already bought the book, you get the update every time, no extra charge. You get the living copy. When you buy the book once and um it sticks with you and evolves with you and the platform. Um has any I don't see anybody have questions about it. This may be a very short show otherwise. um I just want to make sure that if you're needing assistance, if you have questions, this is the place that you can ask away. If you're new and you want to promote your shows, definitely drop it in the chat. Um, it takes a village on here. Community is huge. if you are not a part of the community, it's going to be a struggle. You need that support, and I'm here for you. And several people in here are here for you. Just let us know what you got going on, and we will do our best to be there for you and help you along the way. Um, I've been doing this for about a year and a half, going on a year and a half, and it has changed my life. Not financially. I don't want to give anybody the wrong idea. My financial standpoint is about the same as it was when I was doing Spark delivery. I made good money doing Spark delivery, but I also wasn't home. And I have a child with extra needs who is homebound, and I was having to take him everywhere, and it was really rough. It was just really taxing on me. Yeah, I have a yarn show Thursday at 4:30. Very good. If you guys love to crochet or knit, there's a show at 4:30 with Angel Cat. You guys make sure to tap on her and bookmark shows. So you do 3D printing. Would you be able to print in bulk? Well, bulk to me is 100 pieces. I make earrings and can't find certain charm. Yes, absolutely. I currently do wholesale for a couple of people on whatnot and off. So if you have the file, or if you need me to create the file, that'll just be a part of the process of doing it. But yeah, I can totally get you set up for if it's a recurrent order or a one time. Yeah, you just gotta message me. I will send you, just tap my name up at the top and put 3D print questions. I'll send you my email. We can communicate that way. And then if all goes well, I'll pop over my cell phone and we can figure it out from there. Yeah, you betcha. Uh, there's a lot of products in my shop. Mostly what I make 3D print wise it are tools and things that make doing crafting more efficient. So they're purposeful things, kind of like how you need them for earrings. Like they are either components or products that help make what you do easier. Um, but I can do, the novelty type stuff and things like that as well. My son loves to make the articulated animals and things like that. Oh, absolutely, Patty. Yep, you can do a custom color. If it's not a color that I have in stock, there is an upcharge to get it into stock. But if I have it, I can make it. Yeah, it's $2 more to do something that's not a custom color or a signature color that I have in stock. And if I have to order it special, but that's usually for people that are wanting to do bulk orders. So for a one off, I do have orange. The orange that I have is a translucent, so it's going to appear, it's not completely see through, making it in that fashion, but it is not a matte filament. So, and I have, uh, I don't know if I really have that over here or not. Um, I've made some things out of it. A thread buddy? Oh, let me show you. They're so cute. One second. Where's my little thread buddy? I had the kiddos borrowed my room to do a show, and now I'm not quite sure where my stuff went. Let's see if it's in here. Well, crud. You know what? Let me just go ahead and list it so you guys can see it. It's a spool of thread that you can put on your sewing machine, or you can put it anywhere. His little legs are articulated so they dangle. Um, there we go. Click on that picture below. You did, Mindy. Oh, thank you so much for supporting for supporting Kelsey in that. Yeah, she was very nervous to start, and I think that it's gonna go well. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so the thread, but isn't he so cute? And I also have one that is a knitted heart. I started with a knitted heart because I was really into crochet. Um, So that's the Thread Buddy. And if you like crochet, oh, I'm gonna get the hiccups. Don't get the hiccups. Don't get the hiccups. And then there's the Knitted Heart, and he has little articulated legs too. So just super cute. Like, I don't know. Most of what I make is not that kind of stuff, but those I could not resist. I was like, that is just too stinking cute. And I can make them in I probably have over 100 colors in stock. Maybe 50 to 60 of them are enough to do large projects. I have several that are like remnant that we do smaller projects with, but yeah, you can pretty much do any color, but the signature colors are red, white, yellow, teal, purple, and pink. So, but I've made some that are um glow in the dark, variegated, sparkle, we've got it all metallics, yeah, all kinds. So yeah. And then, oh, if you, I haven't been on every day. I'm on every day normally. Monday through Friday, I do 5 shows. Sometimes I do up to 7 shows a week. Um, but I joined the Thriftworks USA trading card group. And let's see here. And I have these now. And I need to send one to Sue. And my son who loves Pokemon gave me a bunch of penny sleeves. But it's my trading card. Look at how cute she is with her little squirrel friend. So cute. So I got these now. I only ordered 50, so I have 48 available. I love it so much. I really do. I just love it so much. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's um he did such a great job on it. His name's Darren, and yeah, I just sent him a little bit about myself, and I think he nailed it. I've got my little Sally sweater on and my sneakers, and I've got my little squirrel friend, my cup that says just a little squirrely. Yeah, I love it. You can see my fabric storage in the back, and it matches. Like, that's how I have all of my fabrics here is in there. So I love that it actually, matches my situation. Oh no, I'm out of coffee. Boo. Anywho. Yeah, he did such a good job. I love it. I love it so much. I can't wait to do another one. I want to do one with Caleb. So I gotta figure out how to do that because yeah, it's got my little squirrel on there. Her little variegated yarn ball. Yeah. Yeah, I'm real happy with those. Yeah, they're through right here on Whatnot. His name is Darren, and he has it's called Thriftworks USA. And he has all different options. But yeah, it's a trading card thing. I couldn't lose my squirrel. That's the one thing I can't lose. I could lose everything else, but that I think is the one thing in my life that will be my constant is my squirreliness. But yeah, let me get him tagged in so you guys can uh let's see here. Thriftworks USA. There we go. That's him. And if you follow a reworker's passion, she's got several cards. Disabled vet, Amy's treasures. She was my very first card I ever got. Was Amy, um, with her wine glass. Um, so yeah, it's just it's just a little bit of fun. They're not. I don't know that they are collectible. Um, there are events where you can do trading, and but Darren's where to go for all of that. Great resource. So yeah, and you can make them for all kinds of things. They don't have to be for Whatnot. You can It can say whatever you want it to say. So Yeah, a lot of fun. Let's see here. I feel like I put something else in my shop I wanted to talk about. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I know what it was. It was this. So, starting the first week of September, I'm going to be doing a sew along with EPP. There'll be more about it on Friday. But just know that as a new person on here, it doesn't have to always be a product that you sell. You can also offer classes. So if you have a talent or a skill that you want to share with other people, um, you can offer classes. You can put kits, like I'm going to have a kit put together so you can come to class, and before class starts you get the kit and it gets you everything you need to do the class, and then you can come on and just hang out. Oh, thanks. Struggle bus. I am new to teaching anything other than to my children. Um and it's been it's I think it's a fun time. I'm not, I'm by no means like a professional educator by any means, but I do enjoy doing things with other people. And yeah, this is with being homebound with my son. This is where I come to hang out with people. I don't do it in real life. I hate that phrase. I absolutely hate that phrase, but I know that it makes more sense to say it that way. Like I don't have a my people are here. Y'all are my people. Y'all are my tribe. um, when I have something going on in my life, this is where I come to talk about it. I don't, and I like it. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was rough. It was real rough because I'm a hands-on visual learner. And to teach, that's how I want to teach, but not everybody learns the same way. Some people do better with written instruction, some people do better with hands-on. And I'm left-handed, so yeah, I'm the oddball. So if you're a lefty, you got the right place. If you're a righty, well, just know that you're going to struggle with me, but you'll have fun at least in the process. We'll make it fun either way. So yeah. Um but the next crochet along is going to be for a project called The Perfect Spot. Hey, Kathy. Still doing it. We're still doing the move. A lot has been unpacked. Probably over 100 boxes have been, or at least 100 boxes have been unpacked. So it's going really well. My dad's working on getting his garage set up. My mom's working on her whatnot room and pantry and things like, the things that you can get it unpacked, but then you still got to make it make sense. So that's what's happening right now. Yeah. Yeah, so it's going together good. We had family dinner over there on Sunday. We did spaghetti dinner. My mom sells Disney. Yeah, she is a huge Disney lover her whole life. She grew up near the park when she was a little girl. Um and she's a collector of Disney, and now she's a seller of Disney. So, yeah, if you love all things Disney, definitely. That's my mom's handle right there. Thank you, Kathy. Just click on that and hit follow. She's got a show scheduled for this week. I don't know if we're going to get it done because I was going to come help her. She does live selling at the Disney store, and she also does live selling from home in her studio, where she has all of her Disney gear and stuff. So yeah, it's and she just joined in March. She joined on my 1 year anniversary. So now we have the same anniversary date. Yeah, and we've had a lot of fun doing it. And now that she's here, um, it'll be nice because we can actually help each other, where before we were 700 miles apart. So the best we could do was mod for each other and hope it worked out. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I definitely encourage you to, like, if you have someone in your area, doing it with somebody else is nice. And I just didn't have that. So now we do. We both have that now. So hey, Michelle, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, any other questions, concerns about the platform as a buyer or a seller? It's most sellers are buyers also. So, I really think it's important that if you have buying questions, yeah, opportunity to grow for sure. Yeah. Yeah. And when you're doing something that you love, it's work, but it's not a job. Like you're enjoying yourself. It's joy and not a job. So, yeah, prefer it that way. So to make sure I go over because I'm really bad about going over the things that I'm doing for the week. Tomorrow is going to be estate fabric and new. It'll be first half of the show is going to be vintage. Second half of the show will be new. Um, Thursday is going to be. I'm going to have some pre-made up. Uh, oh my gosh, Michelle! Congrats on that! Yay! I love it. So you squared up the bottom. Doesn't it seem scary when you look at it and then when you do it, you're like, oh, I got this. I got this. I could do this. Oh, how awesome. Yeah, maker meetup is normally on Thursdays, and we'll still do it, but the show doesn't say that it's maker meetup, but definitely always know on a Thursday if you come to my show, we're gonna do uh we're gonna do our project share. I'm getting excited. I've started tagging for first show. I'm pretty sure September 3rd, if not. Yay! Oh, awesome, Sue. Oh, Yarn Nana. Now she lives about 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, depending on, time of day. Oh, good, Michelle. Yeah. It, there's something about for at least for me, I want to watch it be made. If I watch something, I can usually duplicate it. If I read it or I just see something sitting, well, if I can see a product sitting, I can pretty much like go over it and figure it out. But written stuff, man, I overthink. I can't get past it. I need to see it happen and then done. Like I'm good to go. It will be under So Busy Sisters. Yes. Yes, Susu has she's going to be doing it with she's got two sisters that live near her and she's going to be they're going to be doing their shows together. I love it. And I will be back. Oh, yay! Alon, awesome. New stock coming in. Yay. Yeah, definitely make sure you let us know when your shows are. Um and always invite me. Send it to me. Send me your show, share your show with me. Um when you send me a show, at at the minimum I bookmark it to make sure I get notified. I had to create a her new profile is Zme20. Does anyone know the seller who had a show Sunday night and had to create a new profile? Why would you need to create a new profile? I'm big stitch quilting. My daughter's quilt just learned. Oh, shoot. Let me fix that. What brand of sewing machine do you use? Oh, brand of sewing machine. I have a brother and I have a singer. And my grandmother's Kenmore. I'm not currently using it, but I did used to use it and I have it. So I have those three brands. And then I also have a Bernina. It's called the Burnett. It's a sew and go. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. I think I'm gonna sell it. Actually I am selling it. I just if it doesn't sell by a certain date, I'm gonna open it and start using it. But it's a really nice brand new machine and Bernina's like where it's at. And if I can do well with it, I'll probably stock it on a regular basis. But yeah, her original profile starts with the letter K and it has a Y in it. I think it's only four letters. Um, I don't know. D Pagalini. I'm not sure, but I can't imagine having to start a new profile. I'm big stitch with my daughter. Just learned how. Oh, the Shashiko, Mindy. Where's Donna at? Oh, Kaya. Did Kaya have to start a new account? See me 23. That yeah, because Kaya's was 23. Yes, I did not know she needed to start a new account. Oh, you know what? I bet she's just separating her personal. I really do say I will say this. If you are a seller, starting to sell under your personal account is okay if you're not if your why is just to do a little bit here and there. But if you do plan on this being a full-time thing or even a part-time thing, she got locked out. Oh, well, that's garbage. Definitely keep your stuff separate. Keep it separate. It's a lot easier at the end of the month, at the end of the week, at the end of the year. When it comes time to do anything bookkeeping wise and stuff, it's so much nicer to just know that everything under said profile is my personal stuff, and everything under said profile is my business. So, man, getting locked out though, that's rude. Made her locked out for a whole month. Mm-mm. I'd be calling somebody. I'd be emailing somebody like, you better give me my account back right now. Oh, so yeah, I need to reach out to her and see if everything's all right. Cause gosh dang, that's frustrating. Has anyone else been locked out of their account lately? I've never been locked out of my account, but I have forgotten my dang password a couple times. I hate that. I hate remembering passwords. Everybody makes you change your password 10 times in a year, and I can't keep track. I like it to use my face as much as possible. I'm excited to get her quilt. Amelia is so ready. She's oh, I bet she's watching it come together. Like, are you done yet? Are you done yet? It's like when you're in a car on a road trip. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? How about now? How about now, mom? Can I have it now? It's fine the way it is. It's fine. You don't need to finish it. I like it just the way it is. Oh, nice, Michelle. Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, I'm not a brandy person. Brands do not matter. Quality matters. Quality first. And then if the name sticks with that, because sometimes you can get a name brand thing and it be wonderful, and then you go buy something else from their brand and you're like, well, this is trash. Even within a brand, things can be inconsistent. So it's all about that quality. And if it's a heavy duty thing, if it's not made full of plastic and pieces that can break, heck yeah. Yeah, exactly. She's like, I don't really care. I just don't even care. I just want the things. But she'll appreciate it if it's when you finish it correctly. It's the waiting. It's hard. I mean, I'm an adult and it's hard. So little kids, oh yeah, no. I want it and I want it now. She's watching with you right now? All right, will you let your mama finish that? Because you're going to love it when it's all said and done. You'll like it right now, but you'll love it later. That's the trick. All right. Any other questions about buying, selling, anything at all? Be sure to drop it in the chat. Aw. I'm just wondering if I can buy a quilting table to attach to it. Put a quilting table to attach to it. Um, so I bought a table off Amazon. And I really like it because where the sewing machine goes, it actually has a drop down feature, which allows when I put my what do we call that? It's not a long arm. What do we call that? The platform for quilting. When I add that on, it's flush with the tabletop. Um, I'll make a listing for it so you can see it and you can copy and paste to get to the product on Amazon. If I keep buying, I'm going to need to start. So hey, you know what? That a lot of people sell that way. Just to, you get the things, you use the things, you have leftovers. That's very true with yarn and fabrics, or any crafting supply really. We go through phases. You're like, oh, I really love this, and then you use it, and you're like, okay, well now I'm done with that, but now I still have some. Like, what do I do with this? Well, you can go on Whatnot and you can send it on to the next person. Yeah. Even if what you sell is just to go back and buy more of something different, your why is all that you need to have locked in. As long as you know why you're doing what you're doing, you can do it well. That's what you're yeah. That's the thing. Like if your why matters. If you're doing it for income, that's different than doing it just to be able to facilitate that craft you're doing. And both are legitimate reasons to be a seller. Why not, right? Why not? What not? Yep. Organize when you get things going and you can really get your eyes on stuff. It's amazing how um becoming more organized you you can decide much easier like this is a keep, this is a maybe, this is a straight up gotta go. Just to donate and gifts. Yep. And as a maker, if you are a maker, um yeah, you can as long as you know your why, that's it. I've been out of room and somehow, some way, it's it's holding. I haven't busted at the seams yet. I felt like I was about to bust at the seams. I had to go through some stuff. But yeah, the struggle is real. It really is. I do have something pinned. There we go. Go ahead and take that off of there. All of your upstairs closets are taken up. Yeah, my hallway was all work. My living room was all work. My back room was all work. Like everything in the house was getting taken over. And finally I was like, you know what, let's get through this stuff, see what I got, what I need to and it yeah, every once in a while just doing a good organization just makes a big difference. My husband asked where all the fabric is coming from. As I'm rolling it up, I show him that a lot came from Joann's. There's the silver lining to your husband. Like, well, Joann's is no longer in existence. So just so you know, I got it from there, but I can't get any more from there. How about that? And you have storage hanging up. Yeah. Yep. Every hall closet. Hey, Panda. Good morning. Yeah. Every closet, every nook and cranny in the house was just starting to get totes, totes, totes all over the place. It was a lot worse when I did yarn because yarn is so bulky. Uh, with fabric, at least I can get it stacked and I can organize it by, holiday or print and stuff like that. The yarn was, whew. At one point, I had 800 commercial industrial grade cones in my house. 800 of them. It was a lot on top of my normal skeins and donuts of yarn. I probably had over 3,000 things of yarn in my house. Now they're at your house. My work here is done. Okay. Oh, awesome, Michelle. How are you liking it? Because you got the the poly batting, right? The low pile. Yeah, yarn does. It takes up a lot of room. But there's something about it, like when you make anything that you make with your hands, there's something about it. I just love it. So I always made excuses. Good. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I was curious how that was going to be. I've not. You're the first person that I've shipped batting to because I have bolts of batting. I have wide back batting, and then I have like the 90 wide, which is the more standard size. I've got batting for days, and I was like, it's really bulky. I don't know how I'm gonna like shipping this, but it did it. It compressed nicely. I have 100% poly batting, high pile, and then I have a cotton poly blended batting that is a medium. I would say it says high pile, but it's really not as high pile as the other. If I double it, will it make it more sturdy? Um, I don't believe so. That I think you would need to go the cotton route. I think it would just give you um a plushness. I don't foresee that actually becoming more sturdy. I think you want to add density. So you would want to use like a cotton poly blend Or is that the one did I send you cotton poly blend, or I sent you poly? I think you were wanting the poly, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Oh, yours was the cotton in it. Oh, so yeah, if you now that one, if you double it up for sure. Yeah, because the cotton is the density, but you could also just add a flannel. You could add a flannel in there. Um, which I feel like the yardage on flannels comparable to that. A couple different things you can do there. But yeah. Um, it's just that density. So and it also matters with your the way you quilt it. A heavily quilted blanket will have more sturdiness to it than a lightly quilted. Does anyone know how to spin? My dog, my oldest neighbor, I recently went over and I saved some of his fur to spin. Oh, so I have a ladybug, and I have not spun yet, but it's something I plan on learning once I get some space to do it. But there are several people on here that spin. Um, is Kayla here? Kayla, are you still spinning? Um, Panda was doing drop spindle. There's several people on here. So if you are a spinner, please reach out to Dee Pagalini. Yeah, there's definitely spinners on here. There's some that actually spin live. That was what I wanted to do. I was gonna learn how to do it live. You just got the drop spindle. Yeah, I love that. You have the roving, just not the spinner. Yeah. So she's wanting to make some custom out of her puppers fur. I love that. I have a Pomeranian, and I think she could she could supply me with yarn. That dog all by herself. I with her I could probably never have to buy yarn again. She's such a shedder. But I love that. So if I don't know if you love spinning, you love to spin. There you go, Dee Pagalini. Reach out to Kay Hollis. She's a spinner. Yeah, I used to do custom cakes, and Kayla had got one of them and spun it. And oh man, it was so cool. It was so cool to see it spun. So yeah. Whatnot, you'll find all the people. All your people are here. You just gotta do exactly that. Just ask, hey, where do I find this at? And usually if we can't find it, we'll find a way to figure it out for you. Find out together. Oh, there we go. Kayla's got some in her shop if you want to see it. Perfect. Yay. Yeah. Awesome. So, any other questions? Any buyer or seller? Let me know. And then be sure to bookmark this week's shows because I'm going to be doing straight auctions the rest of the week. My the most I've done in one show is 315 auctions, and I want to see if I can beat that this week. Need and want and need and want. Meh. Same, same. Potato, potato. There we go. Yeah, I already sold y'all all my roving because I can't do wools. I'd have to have cotton or alpaca. Oh, well, yay. I'm so glad. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I'm on almost every day. This is the longest I've been off other than when I was in Florida. And even in Florida, I went live. So there's that. Um, yeah, for over a year and a half now, I've pretty much go live 5 to 7 days a week. So always feel free to come in and chat amongst yourselves. And every once in a while, I can keep up with the chat. I do better on days like this. So yeah. So are we all set on Are we all feeling confident? Have we all posted our shows? Anything we're missing? Drop it in the chat. Anything at all? If you're somebody that once invited to shows because you're new and you're like, I just don't even know where to go, and you want some vetted shows to watch, just type in the chat, send me shows. And that way people know that they can, because I know that when I first started out, I felt hesitant to send in to share my show because I didn't want to bother anybody. I didn't want to push. I always felt like that's what it was. And it's not. If you want invited, just let us know that you would like to be. So, like there, Dee Pagalini, she wants to know when you're live. She wants to know, and I do too. I may not always make the shows, but if you send me a show, I will bookmark it. And then if I'm able to come, Dawn, all right. Dawn wants to come to your shows. I want to come to your shows. Why would the weight change on the product? I sold out of the shop. Is it just a whatnot glitch? Whatnot changed your shipping weight, Mindy? Good morning. Mindy, so if you chose a bracketed weight, if you choose 1 to 2 pounds, it automatically assumes the heavy. Is that maybe what happened? There we go. Yarnana's in for some shares. Welcome in, everyone. It's buyer seller support. Any questions, drop them in the chat. I had a project in my shop and set weight just over, so I accounted for packaging, but it came in under. So you set it, so for instance, you set it to a pound, but when they bought it, it brought it in at like 12 ounces. Are you saying that whatnot under? That sounds glitchy to me. Because if anything, they always assume the heavy. So if you go into, is it now no longer available? Or is it something that there was a quantity? Because there's a way to check it. I just need to send you to the right place. I set it to 11 to 12 and the whole shipping was under 10 with the fabric. Oh, that's okay. That's going to happen because we have to try our best to guesstimate on the packaging. So that's okay. That's the cost of doing business. That's yeah. You're not always going to be it's when Whatnot has those things set up, it assumes that it's something that's like that comes in a box and you're selling it by the box. I don't it's just the only way they can really do it. So if you had it at 11 to 12 ounces, but it only ended up being 10 ounces, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, that's you got it within an ounce. It didn't change the price up. I don't want to mess it up in my shop. Seam price. So you can go in and adjust it down to 10 ounces, but the cost to the customer is the same. Yeah. So you can go in and you can do another custom listing for 10 ounces. you can change it for future purchases. But that's a pretty fair, because boxes can change, bags can change. Like, if that person were to buy a few other items, then you might need to use something different. Like, I feel like that the 11 to 12 is fair. Yeah. But if you want to bring it down, unless I'm missing something here. What did what not say it weighed? You said you set it for 11 to 12. It only ended up weighing 10, but okay. Yeah, I think that's more than fair. Cuz all it takes is something else to change the packaging you're going to use, and you may need that extra ounce cuz it's only an ounce different on the low end. So yeah, I think you're all okay. It's pretty good. Yeah, you always want to account for your packaging. It's I mean, you never want to overcharge for shipping, but I feel like that was pretty dang close. I would not be upset if I had to pay for an extra ounce or two that I ended up not getting, to know that I'm not going to owe the post office to pick it up. The whole package weighed 9 something ounces. The block is set for 11 to 12. So the whole package should have been 14 plus ounces. Whatnot said it should have weighed 9. Hmm. Well, I say that you choose the weight. Do you get dinged if your package is under the weight? No, but if you're overcharging a customer for shipping, you're gonna want to fix that promptly. But no, if you get you're gonna get dinged if it's over what it says it's gonna be. Yeah, you want to make sure that if you're sending out a 2-pound item, that you have it set for 2 pounds and not 1 pound. Yeah, you want to make sure that you want to allow for packaging. Some of those like the Ground Advantage large box, all by itself weighs 11 ounces. Right now, yes, there are still 5 forgiveness fixes. Yeah, there's 5 adjustments. Yep, you can do up to 5 a week, but that is not guaranteed to stay. That is something that they offer, but it can be taken away. So you want to try your best not to use them. That way, if they ever get taken away, you're not sitting there going, "Oh crud, now what am I going to do?" But no, the only way to get dinged on a package if it's underweight is if your customer is the one footing all of the shipping and you charged them 5 pounds of shipping and what they bought was, 9 ounces. The big thing is that from 1 pound to 5 pounds, your shipping doesn't change. It's 7.75. So if they, as long as somebody bought a pound of something, even if the box, by for whatever reason, accident or not, if it said 5 pounds, they still weren't charged any different. The charge is the same for 1 pound up to 5 pounds. Right. You don't want it to mess with larger orders. Oh, I totally get it. Yeah. As long as each item, as a seller, you need to assume, the only assumption you ever need to make is that they're only buying one thing. Because if you're assuming they're buying multiple things, then your weights can get really wonky really fast because you'll underestimate it. You just have to assume that somebody comes into your shop and that they're buying this one thing and that this is what it's going to cost to ship that one thing. Every purchase should be accounted for as a single purchase. So if I'm going to ship this all by itself weighs a pound. The box it's going to go in is going to weigh about 5 ounces after I add the bubble wrap, the tape, the box itself. So I would need to set this at 24 ounces. Even though the item only weighs a pound, I would need to list this at 24 ounces to cover my packaging and the item. You can go in and adjust the listing. You can go in and change the weight for that item for future purchases. You don't have to delete it. You can just update it. You can edit it. Because when you delete it, then you have to go back in and create all of it from scratch. Where if with that, you can just go in and you can update just the weight. You can change your custom listing for weight and then attach it to the item, if that makes sense. Hello, hello, welcome in. We're answering buyer seller questions. If you have any, drop them in the chat. I need to go kick my other light on. Be right back. Well, that's not working at all. Okay. It says 11 to 12, but I had 2 in the shop. Is it only pulling 5 to 6 then? Carrie Ann, yes. If you want to use your flat rate boxes, you need to change your shipping settings to priority. It'll still default over 5 pounds to ground, but yes, you're going to want to change it to, if you want to use those boxes, you're going to need to make sure that you have it listed to do so. Otherwise, when you go in, it'll charge them based on ground. And then if it'll still let you choose a flat rate box, but then you're going to have to pay the difference. So it's just whether or not you're willing to pay the difference. Because the most they'll pay for up to 5 pounds is $7.75. So you'll just pay the difference after the show in your shipping to get those priority boxes used. Yep. Or what you could do is well, no, because even if you just change it to max shipping $12.99, it takes about 7 pounds of product to hit $12.99 with Ground Advantage. So yeah, no, you're gonna want to make sure that your priority toggle is on. Pagalini, that is a big no-no. I know a lot of people do it, and everybody's gonna do what they're gonna do, but that is actually misuse of the box, and it's technically a federal offense. Believe it or not. You're not supposed to do that at all. You're not supposed to use any of the packaging as filler. I bet you did because people do it. But that does not make it I would never ever suggest you do that because it is a federal offense to misuse the box. Those boxes are specific for priority because of the way they ship. So if you're using the box and you're not paying for that priority service, you should have bought your own box. They are only providing those free boxes because you're paying what you're paying for the shipping. So, yeah, if you're not actually using the priority service, you should not ever be using those boxes. And if you get in trouble, if you get caught, yeah, I just went, it changed it again to make, and you're in criminal justice. Well, I mean, because if you think about it, a box is a box, right? Normally, you're not even supposed to reuse them and do that. Even if it was, say, somebody paid for that box and shipped it to you, you're not even supposed to reuse it because if for any reason that paper comes off and that priority box is exposed and there's not a priority shipping on the box, it's a no no. So yeah, it yeah, not supposed to do it. Um, but Mindy, so if it says it's 11 to 12 ounces, but I had two in the shop. Is it only pulling 5 to 6 then? Mm, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm probably confusing myself. That's for sure what's happening right now. You just want your weight. You want to add a few ounces to whatever that weight of the item is to cover the package. So as long as you have, I don't know what the 5 6 thing is. I'm not sure about the 5 6 thing. If an item weighs 5 to 6 ounces, you would want to add a few ounces. But again, it matters if it needs a box or a bag. There's so many variables. That would be more one of those things where we'd have to do like a consult or something. So we could live chat with each other and I could go through what you have but I think the way you're doing it already is good. I made sure it was set to 12 ounces and they bought a half yard of fabric, so it would have weighed more than 9. I think she's I think she's thinking because the listing is for a quantity of 2, it's splitting it in half instead of 11 to 12 for one item. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. The label said 9. Right. So if you have an item set to 11 to 12 ounces, and then after they buy it, Whatnot only allowed 9 ounces, that's an error on Whatnot. Other shows say that if your box is less than 12 12, you don't need to change it. Um, that's okay if other shows want to say that. But I'm going to tell you right now that if I ordered this and it got lost in the mail, I promise you they didn't ship it in a 12 12 12 box, and that's what they're going to be looking for. Your box size is so if there's ever a problem, they can find it. And also, yeah, if you send it in a box bigger than that, you need to pay the extra to for that. It only covers you up to that size. Yeah. Oh no. So Mindy, the weights are correct. When your customer pays, we don't get to choose what the customer pays in shipping. Whatnot takes care of that. But Whatnot charges them the shipping based on what we say it weighs. And if you said it weighed 11 to 12 ounces and Whatnot only charged them for 9 ounces, that's a glitch. Like that should not have happened. And yeah, the 12 12 thing, it only changes my price if I change the box size to over. Yep. Yeah, no, anything under it's going to stay the same price. It's it's not going to save you money to accurately measure your box. What it is going to do is make it better for them to find it if it ever gets lost. That's it. Yeah. If you're sending stuff out in a poly mailer and then for some reason they don't get it, the post office is going to be, they're going to go in and they're going to see that it was a 12 12 12 box, and that's what they're going to be looking for. And that means that that their stuff is literally never going to get found because they're looking for the wrong thing. Yes, it's providing, it's a level of customer service that you're not required to give, but treat people the way you want to be treated. So for a poly mailer, um, when I was doing yarn, you just have to think about it. So like if I bought an 8 by 10 poly mailer, it's literally, 1 mil thickness or 2 mil thickness or whatever. But once I put the yarn in there, it's going to be about 2 inches. That also pulls the sides in. You do kind of have to know some math. You're going to have to do a little bit of math, or just straight up measure it. And then once you do it enough, you're going to be able to start eyeballing it. So it might take, if it's not something your brain automatically does, you're going to have to teach it to yourself. But once you do it enough, it becomes habit. And then you can really gauge it. So when I'm doing fabric, if I sell 4 half yards of fabric, that's 2 yards of fabric. I can put that in a 12 by 10 poly mailer, bubble mailer, and it's only going to make it go up about an inch. So what I do is I just put the dimensions in, and then I add the height. So if it's an 8 by 10 mailer, I do 8 10 1. I add an inch on the depth. That's it. You just add the height, and it gets it close enough. Yeah. How do you set it up? So yeah, it wants to know what's going out. So once you package something, if it's in a poly mailer, no, there's no place to, oh, all right, Michelle, have a great day. It's just the dimensions. You have to put in the dimensions of your package. The dimensions help them if there's ever an issue with finding the box or the bag or whatever it is. If that's not accurate, whatever's there is what they're going to look for. So you just want to know. That's why using boxes is easier, because then you know your box sizes. You don't have to think about what it is in a poly bag. That's where boxes they're more efficient, like for doing your shipping, but they're not necessarily as efficient for what you're shipping. So yeah, I buy the bags that I buy, and I just add the height. That's what I do. So I know ultimately it's going to be narrower, because as the bag gets filled up, it gets narrower, but it gets me in the ballpark. But it only really shows you box dimensions, so you just have to imagine it being a box, if that makes sense. Yeah, because if you put the dimensions of your poly bag and it's 8 10 and then like 0.125 thickness, unless what you're actually sending is flat, that measurement's not correct. You got to adjust. But no, there's a lot of ways to just um heads up to sellers using a printer to print shipping labels. Put tape over the barcode so that it doesn't get messed up unless yes. And carefully put your tape over it too, because if you get wrinkles in your tape, um, if your barcode gets wrinkled, they're gonna have to manually enter it, and it's not that it won't get there; it's just gonna take longer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's also good. So what I do on boxes that or bags that I want that extra layer, I will just put it over the address, because my label's already on a sticker, but I like to put it over the address. So that way there's nothing in the way of the barcode, but that's because it's a sticker. So, but yeah, if you're printing on paper, you want to cover that label up. Yeah, you want to protect it for sure. Yeah, that's yeah, a little piece of the barcode and then the late. Yep, yep. You just want you want it to just go through the post office smoothly. Yeah, it really boils down to just send it out the way you want to receive it, and the rest take care of itself. Any other questions about shipping or buying? Poly mailers, the direction of your label matters. No, it just can't be on an edge. It has to be flat. That's it. Other than that, yep. And that's so if whatever you feel comfortable doing, do that for sure. For sure. Make it scannable. Yes, it needs to be able to be scanned. So, and you kind of get a taste of that before you ship it out cuz if you scan your package and it's not wanting to scan for you, it's not going to want to scan for the post office. That's why it's also really important to scan your packages before you take them because it gives you a heads up on if there's an issue and you can correct it before you take it to the post office. Yep. Yeah, I scan mine and then I load them in my car. That way, if there's an issue, the issue is getting addressed at my home where I can correct it before I leave. So, yeah, always make sure you're scanning those. Oh, my goodness. Printing labels during shows. Oh, well, I would love to know more about that because the one that is part of Whatnot, I do not like. Whatnot has a label system where you can, from your desktop, you can click create label. Yeah, Notbot you have to pay for Notbot. It's a subscription. But you can without paying anything. Whatnot offers it where as soon as you sell something, you can click create label or tag. I think it's print tag or whatever, and it'll create a little sticker for you. But is it hot label? Well, no, it's just whatever's built into Whatnot. I don't know that it's necessarily hot label because you don't have to pay for it. You just click on the thing and it prints it. You don't have to have a paid service, but it is a little monotonous the way they have it set up because you have to go to your sold tab and click on all the things as it happens. The other ones, they're created to generate the label without having to do that. Yeah. They're integrated. It's like what do you call that? Not a widget. Um, I don't know. I can't think of the name of it. But yeah, it's a little built-in tool. Kind of like the thing that I did to upload my YouTube videos. It was um a service that runs in the background. I don't know, my brain's not working to tell you what it is. Yeah, it's a built-in. Okay, perfect. There's a name for that, and I just can't for the life of me think of what it is. Yeah, I think that those are really great tools because it puts the name of the winner, puts the number, just peel, stick, done. Peel, stick, done. Sorts the buyers by a number too. Oh, cool. That is cool. So if you had like a cubby system, you could do it that way. I like that. I use just straight number stickers, but I'm also OCD. So My brain does what the labels do against my will most of the time. Visual memory, that too. That helps a lot. But yeah, if you don't have those things, those stickers are wonderful. Yeah, so if you ever get an item and it has your handle and a auction win number and all that kind of stuff, just know that they're using that automated system, which is it's a great um, quality control feature. Some are paid, some are free. So yeah, is it called a plugin? Is that what it's called? This is bugging me that I can't think of what that's called when you add it to your computer. Extension. There we go. Thank you. I was like, it's not plugin. What is it? Yeah, extension. That's the one. So, any other buyer or seller questions for the group? Drop them in the chat. Did you get my email? I have not checked my email. Thank you for saying that. I have not checked my email since Friday. Oh, we just got a raid. Graceful Goat Farm and all of the Yarny friends are here. Hello, everyone. It's buyer seller support day over here. Welcome in. Good morning. How is everybody? We're just hanging out, going over some questions about all the Sally type things like shipping and listing profiles and all that good stuff. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, we're just deciding. I was deciding whether or not we were all done for the day, but are any of you thinking about selling on the platform and haven't done it yet? Crocheted Snacko. Okay, well, very good. And Cami as well. All right. Well, I did finally um make a buyer seller or a seller support handbook. It started out as information and that I just had infographs on and I put them in the shop. But yeah, I now I have a book and it's a living edition, so as Whatnot evolves, the book will evolve as well. Um, I've almost sold 50 copies of it already. I'm very excited. I'm so glad that people are finding it useful. It's pinned at the bottom. And as Whatnot changes, the book gets updated. You buy the book once and um it just evolves with you and your business. So if you have any questions, I do the show once a week. I'm telling you, it's been rough. Like I hit that same lull and luckily because I'm squirrely and I do all kinds of crafts, like I just pivoted over to my fabrics and got into this. But yeah, there was there's been a dry spell for yarn that's not wholesale, where we can get it and like from a distributor. So yeah, it's tough. It's been a bit of a dry spell. I think the closer we get to holidays, it might be. People are trying and more. I was blown away. My husband does the marketplace side of things. I don't get on Facebook ever. I should get on it more because now I actually have friends on there that I could chat with, and I let go of Whatnot, or I let go of Facebook like 6 years ago, and I have the account, but I'm never on there. I got so sick of it. I got just truly fed up with it. Um, but it's different now, and I need to give it another go. Adisa and Adcraft are my husband just did his first show. Oh, well, congrats to your husband on doing a first show. Aw. You saw Big Twist going for $9.99. Choo. I hope it was a big old pounder. You need to come to my neighborhood in central Wisconsin. I'm near Hirschner's Outlet there. Oh my gosh, Dawn, you are near Cher. Miss Cher is out your way. Yeah, I would love to travel, and I love the find. I am a treasure hunter. I love it beyond measure. I also like helping families, um, because sometimes, there could be a crafter in your family and the people around the people closest to them don't know what to do with it. And it can be really overwhelming. And so I like to be able to help with that too. Yeah. And if you just have a bunch of stuff and you're like, I don't want to do this. I want all this out of my house, just, holler at me. Let me know. Send me some pictures. Let me know where you're at. And if I can make it happen, I'll make it happen. The regular ones, oh, have mercy. Well, that's just silliness. That's where you just have to be an informed buyer. That's where being an informed buyer, that's why this show is not just for sellers, it's also for buyers. Being an informed buyer on a platform where there's just constant things moving, moving, moving. Why is it trying to tag you 10 million times, B? What is going on? Yeah. Yeah. I'm the only person that does what I do in my family. And that's okay. Like that part's fine. But when I go, my kids have seen what I do, so they know what to do. They know not to take it to the dump. They know not to take it to places that overcharge, even though they're supposed to be nonprofit. They way overcharge for stuff, so they know to make sure that it goes to someone that will rehome it properly if they're not the ones that are going to do it. Quilters are going to get some deals. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yarn it's dry. It's dry out there. You're going to have to just get it straight up. Well, Whatnot's a great place to get it. I will say that. Marketplace, not so much. My husband is always on there looking for people that are liquidating, or it's an estate kind of situation, garage sales, all that kind of stuff. And it's slim pickings. And then when you do find it, they want like an arm and a leg for it. I'm like, yeah, I'm out on that. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh wow. That's that would be so fun to go through. Oh, God, that sounds like a blast. Yeah, it's not always easy to find stuff, but that's the thrill of the hunt, is when you do find it, it just makes it that much more awesome, when you do get a good haul. I just got a really amazing estate haul, but it's fabric and it's pre-quilted squares, and I cannot wait to be able to do an auction again and you guys get to see all this stuff. It's so cool. Lots of vintage fabric, beautiful florals. I'm so excited. It's gonna be one of those where whatever I have, I'm gonna share it. I saw a yarn sale, but it was in Canada. Not sure how I got it in Texas. Oh wow. How do you keep your projects pet hair free? Um, my project, I tote everything that I do. And I also, so Margaret's, she's a golden doodle. She's hypoallergenic and she doesn't shed. My other two, however, do shed, and they're just not allowed in my workspace. But that's most everything I have. If I've got over 45 totes on this wall, that whole wall over there is nothing but totes, and then all everything I do is toted while working on. I just don't work. I don't work on things when they're around. Yeah, I just don't. Oh, she's okay. She's still having a rough time with the IVDD. Yeah, lint rollers. Yep. Um, yeah, because crap happens. If I pick up my dog and I love on her and then I want to go work on my stuff, I just lint roll myself. Yeah. catty. That's a great thing to bring up. So when you're in a show, never ever ever hesitate to ask the question. If they're not willing to answer it, that is an answer. Not answering it is answering you. Um, but most people are very upfront and honest about what they have. So if like this estate hall that I got, uh it was very well cared for. Now, was there a cat in the home? Maybe. So saying it's estate fabric, that kind of gives you a heads up. Now, when I tell you I have brand new fabric from a distributor, that's going to be completely not an issue. So just, when you're going to buy, if they don't know and you have a severe allergy, I would just assume it does. If you have a mild allergy, or if it's something that you'd prefer it not to have or whatever, that's different. But severe allergy, assume it has it, especially if they're not answering you. This house, I have 3 dogs, but they come in to say hello and they walk out. They do not. This is my craft room. They do not come in here. Um, I tote everything when I get it. I vet everything before I sell it, and if it's something weird, I tell you. So yeah, I'm still salty about buying yarn on here. Sent me a bag with live moths and worms in it. Oh, yeah, I'd be a little upset about that because that can jack up everything in your own house. I mean, that can infect your home. Yeah, no, that's not good. Now, maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't know. So there are people on here that like they'll do like a storage unit buyout or something, and yeah. Um, just if you know that you have something going on in your home that is a potential issue for someone else, and you're not calling it out, that's just bad business. So, I'm an animal lover. I will always have dogs. Um, I don't mind cats. I don't have any, nor will I. But I think those are things that people should know. If you're a smoker, I think if you are not comfortable telling people that you smoke, then this just isn't the place for you to sell. If you are, because it's not yuck to everyone. When you smoke, I used to smoke 2 packs a day before I met my husband. Had a really bad, I smoked something awful in my early 20s. And I bet they did, because that's somebody that shouldn't be selling. Sorry, not sorry, I said that. Um, they did you a favor, is what they did. You should thank them. They saved you the time and trouble. Um, but yeah, so if you have an issue, you can become nose blind to things. So if you smoke, I can remember when I quit smoking, I was so disgusted with myself when I realized what I smelled like, because then I could smell it everywhere else once I quit doing it. And I didn't even smoke in my home. I smoked outside. I did not smoke in my home, but it blew my mind that so I'd quit smoking, I'd went and visited my family. I came home after a week, and when I came in my house, I could smell it. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I can smell cigarette smoke in my house." And I all it took was me being away from my own home. And so then I went in and I washed the walls and I scrubbed the furniture and I rewashed all my jackets that were in the hall closet and I washed my kids' backpacks. Like, I was so shocked at what I could smell, even though I had never smoked a single puff in my house ever. I was surprised. So just know that if you do have odors in the home, that doesn't change anything about who you are or anything like that, but it is something that you should share with people, because when they're buying something from your home, they're going to find out, and you don't want them finding out the hard way after they've spent hard-earned money on something from you, and then they get it and they're disappointed. You know. That's the thing. Just treat people the way you want to be treated. Truly, the rest of it works itself out. I know it seems super simple and super silly to have to say out loud, but truly, just it's not going to bother everyone. But I would hate for it to be a reason why someone didn't come back, or didn't at least support you as a seller, even if they never buy from you. Because so if I had a cat allergy and somebody on here had cats, I might not ever buy from them because I can't have that in my home, but I would still be grateful that they're open about it and honest about it. And if they're a great person, I'd want to support them in what they're doing. And it doesn't mean that I don't want to be part of it and still see the things that they find and things like that. Yeah. No, it's very it is wild the things that you can become nose blind to. Yeah, just watch the show and enjoy the show and then just know that you can't. Yeah. Um there's a big difference between hiding what you have going on, being in denial of what you have going on, or being ignorant to it and just having no idea. Yeah. It's certain smells, if you have the patience to wash it out and do all that stuff, yes, there are ways to mitigate it, but if you're in the business of buying and reselling, odors cost time, and your time you never ever ever get back. Your money, if you spend money on something and you have an expectation of it being a certain way and then you get it and it's not that way, that is a dead stop for me. If I buy and I go to you and I say, "Hey, I bought this stuff from you. It was not just you did not disclose to me, and if you did, please show me where you disclosed it to me because I missed it. Try to fix it. If it doesn't get fixed, that's just a hard stop, you know?" Yep. And yeah, you if you have the patience and the time and the ability to mitigate a problem, for sure, like why not? But when you don't, for instance, if it wasn't for having that shop out in the back of my property to air out that fabric, I would not have bought it. Um, the fabric I bought, absolutely stunning, beautiful, well cared for, excellent quality, high end fabrics. But she stored them the way she was taught to store them, which was with cedar and mothballs. And it all has that smell. And I'm like, it's worth saving. It's worth the time, it's worth the energy because it's amazing fabric. So that's what I and that was 3 months ago now, and I'm still airing it out before I will bring it to my show. Um, no, always err on the side of no fragrance. There are too many people that are sensitive to fragrance. That is something I can say, and I will hold true to that. There were times that I would buy something and somebody would send it to me in a trash bag. Now, I'm all for using a trash bag to protect it from the elements like rain and dirt and all that kind of stuff because the boxes can get damaged, the bags can get damaged. I can appreciate using a trash bag for not trash. But the scented ones, it will seep into whatever is inside that bag and it's pungent, you know. Yeah, and dryer sheets leave residue. That's why they go in a dryer is to coat and protect clothing and things. So if you are using dryer sheets in your boxes, you are going to be leaving a residue and a smell. Yeah, and everyone's tolerance is different. I love bergamot and lavender. I love it. I do not like the smell of sweet pea or cherry or vanilla. I don't like those at all. So err on the side of not providing a scent at all because we're all different and we all like different smells. And some of us don't want it to have any smell at all. And that's kind of unavoidable, I think, at a certain level. But yeah, I did receive one of the boxes that I opened from the estate. It had, do you remember those little mesh bags with the little uh, like pellets inside? It was like one of those. It was a little mesh bag with pellets. The sachet. Yeah, it had a sachet in there and it was so weird cuz it smelled like old lady perfume. It smelled like my grandma's white diamonds and I couldn't handle it. I had to take it out. Good morning. What? Okay. You don't need to. I'll be out in just a second. Okie dokie. Okay. I have to go. It's time to go. Any last questions before I go? Any last buyer or seller questions? Feel free to drop it in the chat and then we're going to raid out. Okay. Let's find us a wonderful raid. I'll be back on tomorrow. Where do you get your boxes? So I'm a cross seller. I sell across different platforms and I have access to boxes that way. Um, oh, good morning. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day too. I in some circumstances I do Amazon because I can get it quickly and I use a lot of poly mailers. I really do. I don't get it do a ton of boxes, but I also sell fabric and yarn and um so when the free boxes just went away, I've more so leaned into those poly bags because I and the quality of them is really good. And then you can also just order them direct. You can find a company that you like, reach out to them direct, and have it shipped to you. I recommend that a lot because they work with you. For some reason, everybody in my suggested is beads. Am I in the wrong category today? Yeah, I'm not a fan of Uline. Nope. I've got a box that was inside a bag. Yeah, you can get them, but you shouldn't do it unless the box was a regular box. If it was a priority box, they were totally not doing it correctly. Not supposed to do that. People do it, not me. I don't suggest it. Definitely do not suggest it. Fourth is doing who is? Yeah, there's nobody really on right now. But what was that one? Fourth? I know that's supposed to probably say something else. Let me just type fourth. Oh, there we go. Christmas fabric. Yay. There we go. We'll go there. All right. If you guys have any other questions between now and next Tuesday, just feel free to reach out to me. I'll do my best to answer within the same business day. Um, Send me your shows if you're new and you want someone in there in your corner. I'll be there with my bells on if I can make it. Um, I bookmark every show that I'm invited to. So always feel free to invite me to a show. We're gonna go see Fourth Ave Fabrics. And I'll catch you guys in the morning. Coffee, auctions, and shenanigans tomorrow. All right. I will see you guys later. Off we go. Put some squirrels and purple hearts in the chat.